All right, it's cold in the shop. We're gonna fire up this. We're gonna clean out this wood burning stove that I installed a couple weeks ago. I haven't got quite right yet. I'm waiting on some things coming. I've been burning a lot of stuff in here. I've tried some coal, nugget coal with firewood. I was burning wood that I believe was just too green in here at the beginning. I was working off the top of my stack, and there had been a lot of water coming off the roof of my building onto my stack, which was not a smart idea of place to put my wood, but it is what it is. We whittled down to about the bottom, in the middle of the stack, which is last year's wood. We stacked on top of it. I told my boys to stack the wood, and they didn't move last year's out and anyway, they didn't rotate it. It's okay. I didn't tell them to, so, and it's just my fault. So this is the stove that I installed, which you probably saw in the previous video if you've been watching my stuff. This lid comes down like this. There's not a good vent system on this thing, so I'm probably going to eventually drill some pipes in here, and weld some pipes in here with some flaps where I can control some more airflow. But this thing's got it's got a second wall in here, so I've got to figure it out. I'll probably wait till after the cold season, which doesn't last long here in Georgia. So I'm going to clean some of this coal and charcoal, or not charcoal, coal and firewood ash out of this thing, and try to get a new fire going because it's cold today. It's like in the 40s. It's going to be in the 40s all day, and I got some stuff to do in here, some editing and some small projects, and want to build a fire, be warm. So, all right. There's still a lot of coal in here. I don't know if the coal totally turns to ash when it's totally spent, like charcoal. I know charcoal is not coal, it's wood. But you can see it's pretty spent looking, I think. This is a really deep firebox. I mean, you see how deep it goes. So you can stack a lot of stuff in here. I think I put 120 pounds of coal in here in about a 4-day period. And it did seem to work really well. I just don't have the airflow in here, I don't think. You can see as I get a little bit further down, there's still some bigger pieces, which may have heated back up. I think what happens in this is it's the airflow. I'm not able to get a hot enough fire because I'm not getting the airflow I need. gonna dump that. I'm not an expert on this stove. I really don't know anything about it. It was given to me and I mean, I have a wood burning stove on the inside of my house, but it's a really nice one. It has a blower on it. It's vented properly. I mean, it's an expensive stove. This is a really old stove. I was told from the 60s. Oh, this coal is probably still good. I don't know. I'm from Georgia. I don't know shit about coal. Really getting windy outside. This right here, I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me get in closer. Let me put a light on here. Let's see. Not cooperating. This thing has a goofy. This thing has a thermostat on the back, and it looks like it controls a flap, which doesn't seem to be turning. And this box goes down. And I'm assuming it lets air come down through there and out here, which I had totally covered up with coal and ash. I think that's how it works. But it may come out of here. I'm not real sure. I got to do something, modify this box to make it work better, because it's you see these plates here, and there's gaps behind them thinking about drilling holes here, maybe slots, where I can move up and down with the air to adjust airflow in the box, because it's just not getting enough airflow. You've got to keep the lid cocked, and then it seems to just be sucking all the air out of the or blowing all the heat out of the flue instead of into the room. This box is, I mean, it's getting hot, but it's not getting as hot as I think it should. All right, well, I'm gonna clean that out a little bit more and start a fire. All right, I'm gonna leave some of this old coal and ash in here and start a fire with some of that coal still in there and see what happens. This is some pretty good dried out red oak. I'm gonna run out to the pile and get a couple pieces of kindling. All right, we'll bring you in a little closer. See if you can see there. So I'm just gonna pop a little kindling in, little small pieces. Let's see if we can get it going like that. We got a lot of rain. I think my little small pieces are wet. They're gonna light, but they're all laying on the ground. I need to get the small pieces up and get them inside, get them dry, and we can make it through January and February. We probably won't need much after that. A little bit at the beginning of March, maybe. The wood that was in here is dry though, so I'm gonna stick this lid back on. I'll leave it cracked about like that. That's about the only way I can get this thing to draft, is if I got it cracked about like that, or when it's rolling I can just leave it about like that, where you can see that this side has a little exposed air. Get them going, it needs to be about like that from what I found. Sometimes it'll fall when it starts warming up. We also have this fancy little dandy thing. Which I guess we can just do a combo video here, firing up the wood stove and checking out the Yoda. All right, so I bought this Yoda stove accessory, heat powered stove fan, to try to move some heat out from the top of the stove and out into the shop. I did some research on them. I think they're kind of gimmicky. They don't really move much air at all. They may push a touch of heat, but I really don't think they do. Just from my experience with this one, once the fire gets going, the blades will start moving, which is cool, but I really don't think it's pushing any heat out into the air. It says silently and efficiently circulates warm air throughout the room. Heat powered, no batteries or electricity required. Less fuel consumption, more efficiency. Excuse me. Innovative and durable design. It is cool. I got the 4-blade. That does say, well, maybe I'm placing it wrong. I didn't even read the box till now. It says, position the fan on a smooth, flat area of the top of the stove near the side or the back. So I've got mine on the front. I put these jack stands up to see if they radiate heat. They get about 125, 140 degrees through here, but they'll be about 80 right here. I mean, you can touch them. 80 is nothing. I mean, we're 98 degrees. So I'm gonna take these down. I thought I would try it and see if it did anything, but it doesn't. Or if it does, it's very little. So maybe we will try putting this thing in the back. Well, the back of the box is definitely hotter. Well, I thought I was going to start moving. That's where the flue is. The fire's just barely going yet, so it'll definitely power up and move. And whether it moves heat, I don't know. I mean, I can't really feel it if it does. Okay, so here gives you a little graph of heat circulating with the fan. I don't believe that. And without the fan, I do believe that, because that's what's happening in here. The heat goes up, and there's no insulation in here, so it kind of just, I don't know if it's going that way. I don't think so, because the room's not heating up. I need some ceiling fans in here, maybe one on each crossbar, to push air back down and to pull it up. I've got this exhaust fan that was here when I moved into this house and building, but it's not wired up, so I've got to put some power to that. But anyway, we're playing with this thing. It's kind of neat to look at. You know, when the fire's hot, I mean, that thing will stay moving for a day. I let the fire go out, and that thing was still trucking for about a day after the fire went out, because the coals were still warm and the box was still warm. So it's pretty neat to look at. I just don't know if it works. So I put the floor fan back there. I get this box stoked up where it's about 400 degrees to the surface, and I put the fan on, but even that doesn't seem to be heating this room very well. I mean, I can sit right here at my desk and not even feel it. My stand is falling apart. I just dropped the camera. We'll see. We're gonna play with it some more. I'm gonna play with it with less stuff in the bottom, see if that creates more heat. I had so much coal in it. I mean, the coals would get red hot. I mean, they were glowing. You could rake them around with a shovel, and it would be hot in there. And you put a piece of wood in it, it'd instantly catch it on fire, and so the box was getting hot. And the coal works. It lasts for a long time, and I may still continue to play with that, but I think I need a better air system. Like I said before, here it goes. Just started. So the hotter it gets, the faster it spins, and but you could barely feel anything coming off of it. I don't know if it'd be better on the side right there in the back where the flue goes through the wall. And I stack these bricks back here just loose because I have them. I've got some more I'm going to bring in. And those do help. Those will get warm. And I think that helps quite a bit. So I may stack quite a bit more brick back here. And eventually this building will get insulated. The more views, the more likes, the more subscribes I get, the better this shop's going to be. The better the content's going to be, the more budget we'll have to make content and be more comfortable out here. I have a lot of dreams for this shop, I guess you'd call it. I've got a lot of ideas I want to do. We're going to get done insulating it, heating and cooling it properly eventually is my #1 goal. But we're going to expand it too. We're going to put a little mezzanine in here, things like that. But stay tuned. Hey, please subscribe, give me a like. That helps the algorithms. Helps the channel grow. The more likes you can give me, the better. I mean, you only give me one, but the more people that give me likes, the better. And the more subscribers, the better. We appreciate you watching. And there'll be lots of content coming. She's starting to draft pretty good. We'll get a ripper in here in just a minute. See how it goes. All right, camera died. So, what we were saying, I don't even know what we were saying. We got a fire, we've had it going all day. Little fan job. Yoda fan. All these things are about the same. I don't know. Some people swear by these little things. I think they're a gimmick. I just don't think it's doing anything. And this ain't gonna tell us a whole lot, but it's the top. We got 410 degrees at the top of the box. It's pretty hot. 370. $410. It's about $250 at the top, at the bottom. Bricks are at 73, no big deal. 300-ish. Door doesn't get very hot. Well, the bottom of the door is hot. Top of the door is not. That's strange. About 350 degrees. Bricks are about 160. You can see where the saps ran out of the knot. Bricks get warm. Definitely get warm. 400 out the back. So the hottest is about right here. Hey, it's up to about 430. So up to 430. But when I hold my hand here, it feels cold. I mean, that is bizarre. Anyway, playing with the stove, not getting much progress. Really, this big shop is really not that big, about 1,800 square feet. All right, so got interrupted, sorry. I don't know, these fans, these stove fans, like I said, I don't think it's doing anything. This fan's almost too much. It blows too hard. I can have a pretty hot fire with a lot of coals going for days. I had one going for 4 days in here with the coals and all that stuff. Basically what I shoveled out from this morning. And it's still doesn't warm this little shop up. I still have to use my jet heater and my propane heater, but it is what it is. Like I said, one day this channel grows, we'll insulate this building with a heat, you know, with a house wrap and all that. I want this thing airtight. I want it looking right, airtight, comfortable. Gotta get comfy in your old age. I don't know, I just don't like to freeze. Luckily we only have to put up with it for about 3 months in Georgia. That's it. And then we just burn up the rest of the time. So, and it's the main thing I'm worried about is summertime. I want to be able to cool this building in the summertime. I want to have, you know, a mini split or a full furnace deal out here, full central heat and air or whatever out here. I'm not sure exactly which route I'll go yet, but anyway, thanks for watching. Hey, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, appreciate it. See you next time.